Hello everyone, my name is Ron Carpenter. Thank you for joining me today. I am a former member of the Rams during the 1998 season and the Super Bowl winning 1999 championship Rams. Today we're going to talk about the fundamentals of playing safety, the safety position. First we're going to talk about stance and starts, the ability to lean over your toes, be in a good football position, be balanced. Then we're going to talk about pattern reading the receivers that are coming out on the routes when you're playing a cover 2 or cover 3 zone, as well as reading the quarterback. The third thing we'll talk about is how to open your hips and turn and run to be able to cover the deep half zone or the deep middle third. And then the last thing, what I feel to be the most important drills to be able to accomplish everything that we just talked about. All right, so thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Ron Carpenter. So first we're going to start with stance and start. So I'll back up a little bit so you can see all of my body. Stance and starts simply means being in a football position, your shoulders slightly over your toes. Your outside foot is going to be forward, your inside foot is going to be back, and your hands are going to be in this position here. That is a good stance. I'm balanced. If I push my body, I won't tip over one way or another. Good stance and start position. Your start, again, with your outside foot up, your inside foot back, because the quarterback is inside in this position here. Now have the ability to backpedal and get to going where I need to go, whether it's a deep half zone or a deep third zone, or if I'm playing man-to-man. So I'm just going to demonstrate here the initial start. I'm here. Some people have their hands here, some have them down at their sides, but when you start backpedaling, they need to move in this motion like this, as if you're running forward. So I start here, said hit, and I backpedal. All right? Notice when I backpedal, my eyes were inside at the quarterback the entire time. So the next part that we're going to talk about is being able to read the quarterback, but you can't just stare down the quarterback. You start on the quarterback, then you scan out to your half of the field to see what the number 1 or the number 2 receiver are doing, and then you get your eyes right back on the quarterback, because ultimately the quarterback is going to take us to where we're going. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So again, as I'm here, so you can see my full body in the film, I'm staring at the quarterback. I have a good stance. I'm ready to start. At the snap of the ball, when I take my first step back, I scan. Since this is my half of the field, I scan to my right and I look at the number 1 and or number 2 receiver to see if they're giving me an outside release or an inside release. Why? An outside release lets me know that they're more than likely running an outside breaking route, and that's going to give me an indicator of where to go if the quarterback tries to throw the ball that way. If they get an inside release, that lets me know that they're probably running more of an inside route, breaking route, which again, as I'm breaking on the quarterback, because I know they have an inside release, now I know when I break, I'm going to be breaking more towards the inside as opposed to the outside. So a quick read. So again, I'm here. My first 2 steps, I'm scanning, looking what those receivers are doing, and I get my eyes right back on the quarterback. And then from there, I'm playing the quarterback's intentions. The intentions means his front shoulder. What is his front shoulder doing? As a quarterback, and I have a ball here for you. As a quarterback, when they are trying to throw the ball downfield, they're going to do 2 things. If they're throwing the ball deep, they're going to be here in this position. And when that shoulder comes up, that lets you know they're throwing the ball deep. If the shoulder doesn't come up, then they're throwing the ball intermediately. And if they have more of a downward position, it's going to be a short throw. So as a safety, I need to be able to read that so that when he's back here like this, as soon as he goes like this, and I've already got my pre-read that it was an outside release by the receivers, I know I can haul tail to the outside and get a good jump on that ball. Whereas if he comes in towards the middle of the field like this and that shoulder comes up, now I know he's going towards the middle of the field. And if he goes to this opposite side of the field, shoulder up, I know he's going deep that way. So I want to read that quarterback's shoulder intentions. Next, we're going to talk about turning your hips, being able to open up and run. So we've already gotten to this position where we're pedaling, we're backpedaling, we've read the number 1 or number 2 receiver, we got our eyes right back on the quarterback. Now, when it comes time, if he's throwing the ball deep to my outside, I've got to be able to open up my hips in the direction that I'm running. If I can only open up this far, I'm going to go more flat. If I can open up all the way, then I can get deep. And we're going to talk about a drill, that's going to be the last thing we talk about, that I believe is most important for safeties, DBs in general, when you're working on your hips and being able to open up and turn and run. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to pedal. I'm reading the quarterback. He gives me that shoulder intention. I'm going to open up, and then I'm going to run with my eyes back at the quarterback to read the flight of the ball, occasionally taking a glance at the receiver to make sure I'm going in the right direction to cover up the receiver. Again, if he was throwing it to the deep middle, cross field this way, Back pedal here, open up. Hips are open up, eyes are back. Now I'm running in full speed. My transition, we call that the transition. The ability to be backpedaling and then to go from a back pedal to a turn and run. Your transition has to be fluid. You have to be able to open this way and transition deep, or you have to be able to open this way and transition deep. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is the actual drill that helps defensive backs and safeties with that. One of my favorite drills, I call it the down the line hip drill. So you're going to line up on a football field on one of the 5-yard markers, either one of them, it doesn't matter. Once you're on that marker, you're going to stay on that line. And as you backpedal, your coach is going to say, set hit, and then turn, turn, turn. And when he says turn, you're going to turn your body. So I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see me do a couple of reps. I'm going to backpedal. When he says turn, turn. Eyes back at the coach, still running, turn, turn. And then you'll come back downhill. All right, we'll do it one more time. You'll start here, said hit, I'm running, backpedaling, turn, turn, turn. The whole time when you're turning, you want to stay on that line. If you pull off of that line when you turn and go this way, that means you're not opening a full 180 degrees this way. You want to be from this position to get to this position so you can run. That's 180 degrees. If you do it the other way, same thing. 180 degrees. So if you stay on the line, that means your transition is good and you're able to stay in a straight line, which means you can control your body and go from a back pedal to a full sprint. As you start to pull yourself off the line, you'll see some players, they'll do it and they'll come and keep crossing the line. Then you know you got some things to work on with your hip as far as being able to open your hips. So that is my favorite drill that whenever I'm coaching high school or college or the pros, that's the #1 drill that I make sure I can tell a lot by if you can open up your hips and turn and run. So again, thank you for your time. Again, my name is Ron Carpenter, proud alum of the 1998 and 1999 Super Bowl champion Rams. Thank you for your time and hope to talk to you again soon.